And this is the Fix TV show right here on Hope TV, your #1 Christian station where you look and live. And I'm your Captain Jackton Otieno. Kama kawaida, our first officer DJ Double ametupatia some fresh mixes na bado tutaendelea. We had some the Ordinance crew, Timeless Noel, Ochi, Hype Ochi, and Jabidi. They'll be coming back in a bit. Lazima tujue hiyo tuzitoke Ordinance in a bit. But you're free to engage with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Fix TV show, and also SMSs 22232 and stream online www.hopemediakenya.org. And as you do that, remember to use the hashtag #TheFix. Na niko na feedback hapa kiasi nataka nisome. There's a guy called Dennis Busolo. He's saying, great show. In as much as what we are going through is painful, is there a good side to it? Can this be birth pains of a better Kenya? Clearly, Kenyans have really scrutinized the Constitution in the past few months. Maybe this is a better pill that they should yield long-lasting democratic fruits. Maybe. Okay, thanks, Dennis, for your comments and feedback. And Dilex here saying, I'm watching from Meru, naomba DJ Double anichezee Yesu Anajua. Atacheki kama atakuchezea in a bit. But now I just want to welcome you to Real Talk. And I'm already joined by some fine gentlemen. Mark Bichachi.
Yes, sir.
He's a communication strategist, man. Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming to the Fix, man.
Yeah.
And Charles Opio. Yes. He calls himself a futurist. We'll get to know why he does that, man. Karibuni sana, gentlemen, man.
Asante sana, Jack.
Yes.
Hapa
ni kuzitoka na mambo zingine mingi sana.
What exactly is it kuzitoka?
Kuzitoka, kudance, man. Kujiachilia. Anyway, karibuni sana.
Asante.
Let's start with you, Charles, man.
Yep.
Futurist, what does that mean? Why are you a futurist?
All right. I mean, in this generation, this being a youth show, that shouldn't even be news. Everybody should know exactly what that is. What a futurist does, basically, we look at trends, we look at what's happening globally, and we advise on how to position yourself in business, in technology, in different changes that are happening. So in our areas of consultancies, we can tell you the future of work, what's coming, what's not coming, what not to invest in.
All right.
That's what a futurist does.
And in this time where things are hot politically, you can tell us.
Absolutely. Where's the problem?
All right. And Mark, tell us about yourself and communication strategy.
Well, communication strategy is pretty simple, actually. Whenever you have a message to pass across to a large number of people, typically the average person thinks, I need to get on TV, I need to get on the newspaper, and then I've communicated. But a lot of the time you'll find that you can appear in the papers and have no impact as regards to your desired outcome. Whether your desired outcome is profit or political power or popularity for financial gain, if you do not have a strategy as to how you'll brand yourself, how you'll communicate, how you'll dress, how you'll do all these things, and which words you'll use when, where, how, and which and when, it becomes very difficult. So my job is to sit down and craft that message. Once the futurist says things are going A or B, C direction, then I turn that into a communication message that can then be used on a campaign platform or on a business platform to basically achieve the desired results.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's just jump into straight, man. There's a lot that's been happening in our country. And there are people who are asking, what next? Because this week, Raila just pulled out from the race, the presidential race. And there are many people who are asking, what next and what does it mean?
All right.
Yeah. You want to go first, Charles?
Okay, there are a lot of factors. You see, that the thing is that I find so interesting is people don't know the value of history. That's our first problem.
Okay.
Because if you study history, you begin to see emerging trends and possible outcomes. And so, as a nation, part of our problem is we've got amnesia. We like very short-term information, piecemeal. So there's a lot of people are here talking today about the political environment who can't tell you what the environment was in 2013. They have no clue. But they've become experts in 2017.
Yeah.
And their expertise is depending on who they believe in and who they disagree with. So they're basically echoing what they're hearing from those they believe in, and they're disagreeing with those they don't believe in.
Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with what is happening whatsoever. See, opinions won't change anything. There's a reality on the ground. So In the scenario we are in, depends on where you're looking at it from. See, you can look at it from the position that there is trouble. You can look at it from the position that the nation is correcting itself historically. So it depends exactly on what you're looking at.
Okay.
And that's the outcome you'll get.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Let's start with the legal implications. You know, I know you're not lawyers, but at least you're privy to a lot of information. Mark, what are the legal implications?
Legally, first and foremost, Raila has not withdrawn from the campaign and from the election because he's not filled Form 24, which is a statutory form by which you're supposed to pull back your candidature. However, a man of Raila's clout, when he says something, you cannot ignore it, form or not.
All right.
So what that means is there might be no legal implication per se, but there's definitely a perception implication. There's a directional implication in the country,
Yeah.
and it's definitely going to push the country in one direction. The second thing, of course, you're going to see a lot of the candidates who are there in the previous election being put back onto the ballot. Now, it raises a few questions. Number one, if I no longer am interested in running for office,
Yeah.
should I be forced to? That is a legal question to ponder. And if I pull back, does my party get a chance to nominate someone else? That's the other question.
Yeah.
We have enough time to nominate someone else. The other question in law is before you gazette someone, you've got to be able to gazette them 21 days before the election. We are the time is much less.
That's right.
But given that the ruling came from the same court this late in the day,
Yeah.
then definitely there is a play in terms of an opportunity to be able to include them, and the IBC has decided to include them.
Yeah.
But this being a Christian show, we need to understand
Yes.
that there is a higher law that operates on the earth, and that's the law of God.
Yeah.
So the question is, and I'll just pick up from what he's saying, what is God doing?
Yes.
Now, God is always in the business of, number one, seeking for justice. Now, justice, Kenya, newsflash, is not Uhuru or Raila.
Yeah.
That's not justice. Justice is a position where we as Kenyans begin to interrogate ourselves.
Yeah.
So don't think that the mess that is here, God is dealing with the politicians. God is actually dealing with the individuals,
Yeah.
because he's asking you, for how long will you as a Kikuyu hate a Luo for no reason, and how long will you a Luo hate a Kikuyu for no reason? Same to the Kalenjin and all these tribes. Why? Because in this country we have a very interesting dilemma. That, you know, the Bible says that the Lord hates unjust scales.
Yes.
So you look at a Kikuyu and how they look at the violence against a Luo,
Yeah.
and they're clapping. And the same Luo is looking at the same thing and seeing how people are looting from businesses,
Yeah.
and they're clapping. That tells you that we have unjust scales. So it is not an issue of top leadership. It is
Yeah.
the issue of the heart and soul of a nation and a people that is not given to justice, is not given to mercy, is not given to love.
Okay.
So that's the higher law that is on operation.
All right, and actually that's what I'd like to be our main focus, you know, as we engage now. Do you agree with what Mark is saying, Charles?
You see,
Yeah.
I think one of the things we need to start doing
Yes.
is moving totally away with whether our opinions matter or not. We need to go to the place of what is truth. Truth does not care who you are.
Yeah.
Truth is not a democratic position, whereby if 10 of us agree, therefore it is true,
Yeah.
or one of us disagrees. That's not the issue. Same thing I said about historical correction. Now, when we go to the spiritual realm concerning this matter,
Yes.
the misinformation, and that's very serious where the church is concerned, is the picture that has been held that God has this preferred candidate, all right, that he's rooting for. And that brings us back to justice.
Yeah.
If God is going to prefer a candidate, where will justice go? Why would God choose a particular candidate that would then divide the nation? Is that in his character? Is that in his nature? So it's historical correction, and that's why I began by saying we have to go back spiritually to the history of the church in this nation.
Okay.
Where have we come from? Are we also as tribal as everybody else? State of the church, state of the nation.
All right.
It's a principle. So with that principle, coming from there,
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of people, you know, it's very easy. When you hear people speak, various shows, various opinions,
Yeah.
you can already tell their root of that
Yeah.
opinion. But nobody's asking the key questions. various platforms. Other than what we do as communication people, we are
Yeah.
ministers. We both run ministries. And one of the key issues that we agree on completely
Yes.
is stop thinking 26th. That is not your destiny. Stop thinking the election, if there isn't, if there is.
Yeah.
We totally miss the bus. Let's ask, why now? Why this?
Yeah.
What is God really doing?
Yeah.
God is not trying to work on an election. It's beneath his status
Yeah.
to do that. We are the ones who are caught in it. But
Yeah.
God is using the election to expose our hearts,
Yep.
to expose who we are,
Yeah.
where we operate from,
Yeah.
how we think. And why does he do that?
Yeah.
So that we can make the necessary changes that have nothing to do with who will win,
Yeah.
nothing to do with who will lose. This has been my discussion for the last 18 months. Forget now.
Yeah.
And the principle was this. We saw this coming. We are not surprised. We saw this coming. It was obvious when you pretend to have political parties that are actually tribal organizations.
Yeah.
The end is obvious. You don't need prophetic insight for that.
Yeah. It's interesting that you're saying that, Mark, Charles.
Yeah.
When you tune into any mainstream media, they bring in all manner of experts, and everyone now is a political analyst, And if you have lawyers or whoever, the moment they open their mouth, you'll just know this is Jubilee speaking. This is NASA speaking.
And Jackton, you've hit the nail on the head. There's something Charles and I say. The name Goliath is a very interesting name. It means the exposer of man's heart.
Yeah.
Now, ever since the election cycle started, if you were on the Jubilee side, you won, you were happy. You lost the case, you were sad. Raila stepped down, you were happy.
Yeah.
If you were on the NASA side, you lost the election, you were unhappy. You won the court case, you were happy. And Raila stepped down, you are unhappy.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? God is trying to tell you that you need to move your trust from trusting men to trusting God.
Yeah,
now, what does that tell you? It means that instead of reading the Sunday newspaper tomorrow, you need to know what heaven is saying about this matter.
Amen.
And that's what Charles is talking about.
Yeah.
Now, when you go on TV and you go on these panels and you try and listen to what people are saying, you need to understand that how the world is created. It is created to push a position that creates confusion.
Yeah.
That's their order. So the confusion is that in the country today there are two truths. There's NASA truth and Jubilee truth.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
There is two witnesses, NASA witness and Jubilee witness.
yeah.
When police hit a motorcycle, there's a Jubilee opinion and a NASA opinion.
Yeah.
Now the problem with that is that, number one, we as Kenyans have never left our tribal gods. And here's the thing, what you worship, you become.
Yeah.
We worship God and we will become like him. If you worship Ngai, you'll become like Ngai.
Yeah.
You worship Gormaya and Nyasai, you become like Gormaya and Nyasai.
Yeah.
You worship Enkai, you become like that. That's why there are these stereotypes.
Yeah.
They're not biological stereotypes, they're spiritual stereotypes. Why? Because when the children of Israel were coming into the land, they were told, be careful not to copy their ways. Their ways. That
Yeah.
means if I copy the culture of a person, I'm automatically worshiping their God.
Yeah.
So if I copy the culture of my grandfather, I am worshiping my grandfather's gods.
Yeah.
Now we've peddled this lie that tribes are good. Listen, if tribes were good, the question is, why did we have warriors among the Kisi, warriors among the Luo? Who are we fighting? We're
Yeah.
fighting tribes.
All right. Okay. Very interesting discussion, man. This is amazing. This is some good stuff, gentlemen.
Yes.
We're going to take a break and then we'll be back and continue with this. And you're free to engage with us. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Fix TV Show, and also SMS us 22232, and use Hope TV Kenya Facebook, Hope TV _KE, both on IG and Twitter. Na pia stream online www.hopemediakenya.org. And remember to use the hashtag The Fix as you do that. What kind of music do you like, Charles?
That's a very interesting question.
Okay.
Music, there's no good or bad music.
Yeah.
The issue is, what is the content value?
All right.
So if you ask me that,
No, the one
it's
that's good content.
complicated.
Do you like reggae? Do you like Lingala? Do you like Afrofusion?
You see,
or
you're still not
ballad?
answering me. I said content. I didn't say rhythm.
The content is good. So what kind do you like? What
Now,
kind
if
do you
you
like?
say rhythm,
Yeah.
then I'll confuse you.
Okay.
Because jazz, reggae, soul,
Yeah.
so blues.
Uh-huh. So soul, eh?
Yes.
Okay, and you,
My goodness. Number one, a lot of the modern music doesn't work for me.
Okay.
So I'm a classic music guy. You'll find me playing music from the 70s and
Okay.
80s. I don't understand this rap for no.
okay.
I really don't get
Oh,
it.
you don't get
Yes.
it. Okay, all
But
right.
Double O is teaching me. Double O is my teacher. Is my music teacher.
Okay.
I teach him politics. He teaches me music.
So Double O is going to give me my song of the week. There's a new song by Masi Masika, Evelyn Wanjiru, and what's the other lady? I just forgot her. And Emi Koske, yeah, from Nigeria, yeah. The song is called Subiri. You know, at this time of our nation, we're asking so many questions. You know, what next? Wait, be still and wait on the Lord. That's a message that's coming up. Enjoy the song. We're back in a bit.